G'day, it's Christmas shopping time, isn't it? You've got to go out, you've got to shop, you've got to fill your present bags, wrap them, or be lazy like me and just put them straight into a bag like this. But imagine what might happen if your criteria this Christmas was, I'm only giving gifts to people who deserve it. In other words, people who've been good to me, they can have gifts. Everyone else, no. And so half the presents you bought won't be needed, so you can throw them away. What's the criteria for how do you get a gift? Well, it'd be weird if it was based on good and bad, and yet so often that is how people think of God's gift of salvation. If you're good enough, you get it. If you're bad, you don't get it. And yet that's not how God works. And it always surprises people to hear that. Come with me and have a look at Genesis chapter 15. Abraham was worried that God wasn't going to deliver those promises. Particularly, he had no children. So how would he fill that land? How would he have descendants? He was old and it just hadn't happened for him yet. And so God took him outside and said, look up at the stars, see if you can count them. So shall your offspring be, said God. And Abraham had two choices. He could have said, oh God, that's ridiculous. Or he could trust God. And Abraham believed. He trusted God, and God credited to him righteousness. See, Abraham trusted in God, and God's promises, indeed the righteousness of God, forgiveness, God dealing with your sin, that is a gift that comes from God. He didn't look at Abraham and go, you're too bad to get my promises. No, indeed, God dealt with Abraham's sin, and God made promises independent of Abraham's sin. We should want this because we've seen that we on our own say no to God, and yet God on his own chooses to offer the gift of salvation. Christmas is about salvation. Christmas is about being credited righteousness from God. There is a gift worth having. And even more, there is a gift that is open to anyone, regardless of what you have done. What good news for Christmas.